Beyond the birth of a new calf, there are two things that task force members are celebrating today. The 5 new state laws aimed at orca and salmon recovery, and the $1.1 billion for the same thing. Now, those actions based on this group's 36 recommendations made last year. But as they acknowledged today, there are several that have fallen through the cracks.
This will be an opportunity for us to be able to take stock of the actions and the recommendations, the 36 recommendations that we made.
And a message from the tribes on its urgency.
If we don't do it, these resources will go extinct. We have to have a more crisis-oriented group of folks that are speaking to our legislatures and telling them why this action is important.
In so-called fishbowl discussions, the big focus was on the continued lack of funding for fish recovery.
If we don't put fish into the mouths of these whales, we are not going to succeed. We have a ton of work to do, and I think it's going to require a dedicated funding source for habitat recovery.
I think the orcas have presented an opportunity for us to really convey a message and an urgency around funding. They are doing so much more through the tragedy that we see unfolding in the Sound with them to raise awareness about the plight of salmon, the plight of people here in Washington, than any of us have ever been able to do before.
But to get dedicated funding, they'll need political will. On top of prey concerns, there were vessel and contaminant recommendations that didn't make a ton of headway this year. Part of the work today and in future meetings will be deciding which of those recommendations they need to continue pushing through in their year 2 work. In Puyallup, I'm Simone Del Rosario, Q13 News.